Andrew, I'll let him just do a quick little introduction, but let's just start with some like get to know you. Like with your BO, you kind of shoot the bull a little bit. Like, where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I've been a software developer for 6 or 7 years. I first heard about Rank and Rent in January, actually. So it's a really funny story. I had got some ads for like some other gurus, like trying to sell some way to flip houses in a day or something like that. It was some real estate thing that seemed a little bit scammy. And so I did some research and was looking into it, and then stumbled across Rank and Rent as like an alternative. Like if you're looking for a side hustle, try Rank and Rent, because it's kind of in almost every headline these days that the tech space is kind of being ravaged by the economy right now. I thankfully haven't directly been impacted by any of the layoffs that have happened in the tech space so far, but it was like I had a lot of peers in other companies just getting axed like one after the other. I have 2 kids and a wife and a mortgage, and so I was getting a little antsy. So that's what kind of had me in the search for a side hustle in general. And then when I heard about Rank and Rent, it was like this epiphany where I watched an explanation of what it was, how you can potentially break into it. And I was like, I cannot believe that I've never thought of this before, because I'd done web development in the past. Like my entire working career, I've had some kind of side thing, whether it was finishing my degree or being a web developer or doing additional software development on the side of doing software development like during the day. So I've always been like kind of that side hustle guy. But when I did web development, it was horrible. I tried to do like the Upwork web development, but I tried to just be an independent web developer on Upwork. Horrible, awful experience.
Not a good idea.
Would not wish that on my worst enemy. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into Rank and Rent. And it's, the rest is history. I'm really sold on the model and excited about what it's going to do in the next few months.
That's sweet. And I love that you said that. You were saying like, how have I not thought about this before? And if you guys have seen Nick's TikToks or his like YouTube, he says the same stuff. It's like, pick a city, pick a niche, rank it on Google. Like, it's like so simple. And I'm like, yeah, that makes total sense. But for whatever reason, it's like, you almost think it's scammy because it looks too good to be true.
Right.
And like, there's work to it. Everything you do is going to be work, but like for the most part, it checks all the boxes that you need. It's passive. You can do it anywhere. Like everything that he says already, it's like, oh my gosh, that really makes sense. And why am I not doing this? Right.
Yeah.
And I'm on TikTok too. Like I look at it and like, I see so many things like cleaning houses, cleaning windows. And I'm like, yeah, like you're going to work hard, but like, there's nothing like this where you can literally like sit down on your couch and just do this. And if you want to do something else, you can do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much freedom in whatever you're doing. So that's cool. You've been in the group since January, right?
I heard about Rank and Rent first in January, heard about Nick, and that kind of flipped. It kind of amped up Rank and Rent in my mind even more, feeling like there wasn't this paradigm that you just had to work for months without making any money. Because some people in the Rank and Rent industry are like rank first and then rent. That's why it's rank and rent. But the rent and rank made a lot more sense to me, because another reason I was looking to try this business model is because I feel like selling is a skill set that I haven't quite honed in. I had done some selling in the past before I got into software development, but it was just like insurance cold calling. So that too was horrendous. Not as bad as an Upwork web developer, but pretty rough. I was getting to the point in my career, in my day job, where I was like, feel like I can't just keep coding and continue to grow professionally. So I need to get good at sales. So then when I came across Nick's videos and some of his content and seeing that this was a way I could hone in my sales skills while also building a business on the side, it's kind of hedging if I get laid off or something, but also it's just nice to make extra money and to do it totally. I mean, nothing is totally passive. And that's another reason I like the digital landlords program specifically, or even the free group. There's so much great content throughout both of those groups where nobody's out there saying that you're going to make money in like a day or make money in a week. I feel like it's really well documented that there's some work, but once you get the process down pat, it just gets faster and faster and faster. And then it's like, once you get a client who's partnering with you and who's sold on what you're doing for them, then it becomes passive, which I think is like the most valuable business that you can have,
No, I love that. And I love that you said, yeah, like you can make money like this. And I know some of you're like, well, I've gotten a deal, but like, I'm not profiting on that. Well, it's like, you could do it the other way, but you still would not be making any money. Yeah, I know you wouldn't be paying for ads and stuff, which you're out in nothing, but like now you have to wait. Now you're just waiting. At least you're getting a few $100 that you can just, you know what I'm saying? Like put towards the ads or like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not the end goal. The end goal is to rank it, but like the whole process just flipped it up one side of its head. And we're basically just doing it a different way. Like there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. Like that's the cool thing about this is like,
absolutely.
there's a process, and like certain personalities personalities, you can do certain things, and some people are so bold with it, some people are a little bit more hesitant, but like you can touch people that maybe I can't. So like it's just a cool thing. And I think the internet's awesome. Like I didn't really think how big it is and like how much opportunity there is, but it's huge. Like it's really endless.